Edexcel C2, 2015, question 5. All the terms of a GP. Okay, could be a question on DP. Sum of first two terms is 34. Sum to infinity is 162. So we've got 2 bits of information. Shall we expect simultaneous equations? I think so. Find the common ratio, that's A. Find the first term, common ratio is R. First term is A. And then we've got a different one here to do. So common ratio. Sum of first two terms, so the information we've got is S2, which is equal A plus AR equals 34, and the sum to infinity is 162, so A over 1 minus R is equal to 162, and if we divide this one by that one, because we could factorize this one, 1 plus R, so this one divided by that one is A1 plus R divided by A divided by 1 minus R is equal to 34 over 162, and that's equal to a fifth, is it? Yeah. So 1 minus R squared equals a fifth. No, it's not. 34 times something else is 162. 34 divided by 162 equals 17 over 81. 17 over 81. So R squared is 1 take away 17 over 81 equals 64 81ths. And so R is equal to plus or minus 8 over 9. So R is equal to plus 8 over 9 because all the terms are positive. And if this was negative 8/9, then terms would be plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, and so on. So let's highlight that as the answer. And R is the common ratio, and the first term. So let's split back into this one if you like. It's part A, part B. A over a ninth is equal to 162. So A is equal to 1/9 of 162, and 9/18 of 162. So A is equal to 18. So 6 marks. I don't think that was too hard. Find the value, the smallest value of n for which the sum of the first n terms for a GP exceeds 2. And this was the bit where I messed up, 90. So this is going to be logs, isn't it? So Sn is bigger than 290. It means that the sum of n is A over 1 minus R times 1 minus R to the power of n is bigger than 290. A over 1 minus R we know is 162 times 1 minus 8/9 to the power of n is bigger than 290. So let's divide by the 162. No. Aha! The biggest mistake of all. Didn't read the question. It's a different GP. There's a first term of 42 and a common ratio of 6/7. So A is equal to 42, R is equal to 6/7, S n is bigger than 290, means, so this is C or II, Sn is bigger than 290 means that 42 divided by 1 minus R, which is the 7th, times 1 minus 6/7 to the power of n is bigger than 290. 42 divided by 7th is the same as 7 times 42, which is 294. 1 minus 6/7 to the power of n is bigger than 290. Now when we divide by 294, we get a number less than 1, because the next thing we're going to do is switch sides. Move this one over there, move this one over here. So we get a whole one, take away 294 is 4 over 294. And that must be bigger than 6/7 to the power of n. So this is a situation where n is the index. We've got to solve it for n. So we need to get n as a number, not an index, if you like. And so we take log both sides. And I like using natural log because it's simple. And so when we do log of a number to a power, that's the same as n times log of number. So we can have n by itself divided by log of 6/7. So log of 4 over 294 divided by log of 6/7. However, I've left the sign to last just in case log of 6/7 is negative, and log of 6 divided by 7 is equal to minus, oh look. And some of you probably know how we can realize when log of something is less than 0. I've mentioned it in another video if you want to have a look at that one. So because we're dividing by a minus number, we need to change our inequality sign. So we've got that n is bigger than log of 2 over 147 over log of 6/7. Well, this is log of 6/7, so I'm going to do log of 2 divided by 147 divided by the answer that was in there previously, i.e. n is bigger than 27.877 ... and so n must be equal to 28, because n represents the term of our GP, and it can only be an integer number. And we can check this. So the check is here. We only get a sum which is bigger than 290 when n is 28 or bigger. So when we substitute n is 27 into our sum formula, we should get a number less than 290. S27 is equal to our 294, which is our infinite sum, 294 times 1 minus 6/7 to the power of 27 is equal to, so 294 bracket 1 minus fraction 6/7 to the power of 27, then close bracket. I don't think we need to do that. It's 289.42, look. So it's less than 290. We want it to be bigger than we want this one to be less than 290, and it is 289.42. And S28 should be bigger than the 290. So if we go back and edit that one, delete that and make it 28, 290.07. Oh, just over, but that'll do. So when n is 28, that's the first time that our sum, look, if we had the first 27 terms up, we get to just less than 290. We had the 28th term on, and we just go over 290.